peace is acceptance of all things, including the choice to choose what you do not want. Okay, now he's acknowledging that most of us are going to screw up sometimes. And by screw up, I simply mean not make the choice that was in our best interest in that moment. We're going to listen to ego. We're going to follow ego, right? But he says peace is accepting it when we do that. And lately I've had a few friends who, based on what they're sharing with me, have done that. And they are accepting it, and it's pretty cool, actually. Because as they are accepting the choices they made that were probably out of fear instead of out of guidance, as they're accepting it, they're able to look at it without judgment. And what they're getting out of it was well worth the detour. You know what I mean? They're being strengthened through it. Their willingness is stronger. Their practice is stronger. Their healing is coming about. You can tell there was no loss. It was well worth the detour, yes. So if we quote, make a mistake, if we quote, do something out of fear, do something out of anger, do something, out of guilt, right? Then when we wake up to it and we realize we did it, accept that. And that just becomes another perfect lesson. It's just another wonderful healing opportunity. And guess what? Our quote mistakes can move us just as close to awakening as making the right choice would have in the first place. It's amazing. It's just a matter of accepting it and looking at it with Holy Spirit. It's amazing. So peace is acceptance of all things, including the choice to choose, including accepting the choice to choose what you do not want, choosing with ego. When a choice has been made that did not make you happy, be at peace with your choice. Accept what you have done. Do not resist the decision or its effects. Through taking responsibility, you become more responsible. And this will lead to more free choosing of that which you want. He's literally saying looking at our mistakes can actually help us to stay more aligned with purpose. It can actually be a giant step forward. Then can we call it a mistake at all? I don't think so. If it results in a giant step forward, Holy Spirit's last little bit of advice in this particular message. Do not ask for any change to occur too quickly. That's because when we're asking for a change to occur too quickly, that's really coming from resistance, right? Like last night, when I was willing for rest and trusting rest would come, there was also a sense of waiting, a sense of being patient until it did. That's a helpful sense to have, the sense of waiting, the being patient, the trusting this will pass, the trusting rest will come, the trusting judgment will slow down, right? You will for it, you trust it will be so, and then you wait patiently for it. This is what is most helpful. Do not ask for any change to occur too quickly. Be willing to take your time. The slow way is the fast way because the slow way is the way of trust. Trust sees no need to hurry. So if I had had this sense of, I got to fall asleep now, I got to get out of this, I got to fall asleep now, that resistance where you can tell, first of all, that wouldn't work, probably even by my voice. That wouldn't work. But that's also purely coming from fear and resistance and judgment. That's ego all the way. And how can ego be helpful to healing? But instead, I'm laying there, I acknowledge I'm uncomfortable, I acknowledge I would like this to pass, but I remember Spirit's guidance. I notice I can't seem to rest right now. I will for rest, and I trust the rest will come, and I wait patiently for it. Can you see how that's more helpful? So that's the message. Yes, Wayne says. That's the message.